This is the South Western Railway Class 701, aka the Arturo, an adventurer currently running commuter services in the southwestern areas of London. But did you know this seemingly innocent commuter train has been delayed being put into service for the past 4 years? We'll be checking out everything from the seating, to the toilets, to even the information screens to answer the question everyone's been asking: was it really worth the wait? Hello there. Today you find me alongside a very busy Kew Bridge road, which can only mean one thing: that we're approaching the very cleverly named Kew Bridge station. Just like any other station on this line, there's no entrance, but instead we immediately make our way onto the footbridge and head down to our platform. I'm heading to London Waterloo today, so therefore I'll need to head down to platform 1. This station only features stairs, so if you're disabled, you will not be able to board here at all. This station is located on the Hounslow Loop line and therefore has 2 trains per hour to London and 2 trains per hour to Weybridge. Since there isn't a station building, there are oyster pads here instead of barriers, which you're going to see at a national rail station. The station features a map of the stations from the platform of your departure, a help point, and a ticket machine. And that's it. There's not much to it. In terms of history, there isn't much, with the station opening in 1849 as Kew and being renamed to Kew Bridge 20 years later in 1869. It originally did have a station entrance, but has been converted into a coffee shop next door to the current entrance. The coolest fact about the station is that it originally had 4 platforms, with the other 2 serving trains for South Acton. However, it's been abandoned for a long time, with proposals to be put into use for the West London Orbital line. Unlike other rail lines in London, which use pantographs to power the trains, South Western Railways use third rail, which is quite literally a third rail next to the tracks that powers the trains from underneath. On the other platform, a brand new refurbished Class 458 pulls in, bound for Weybridge. I've viewed the older versions of these trains before. You can find the link to that video in the top right hand corner, but watch that after this one obviously. And finally, our train arrives in. Today's service, bound for Waterloo, will be hauled by none other than the infamous Class 701. These units were built all the way back in 2019. However, due to the pandemic, South Western Railway were unable to test these units and get them certified, meaning that they just entered service back in December of 2024. They were built by Alstom to replace the aging fleet of Class 455s and 707s, which have since been retired, and the 707s have been transferred to Southeastern. Now then, let's hop on board and determine if it was really worth the wait. We depart Kew Bridge on time at 1:27. The journey to Waterloo will take 26 minutes as we cover the 8-mile journey at a top speed of 100 miles per hour. A journey from Zone 3 to Zone 1 will set me back £3.30, which if you ask me is just about right. Now then, let's take a look at today's route. Since we're a metro service, we'll be calling out all stations past Kew Bridge, which include Chiswick, Barnes Bridge, Barnes, Putney, Wandsworth Town, Clapham Junction, Queenstown Road, Vauxhall, before we finally arrive into Waterloo Station. The seats here have a maquette to reflect the modern South Western Railway's livery, which I really like. The seat itself was decent, but the headrest was surprisingly nice for a metro train. As for the rest of the seat, you'll actually get a decent amount of legroom, albeit you don't get a table. Storage comes in the form of overhead luggage spaces, and this train features USB and plug socket chargers, which are nice to see. After a few minutes, we arrive into Chiswick Station. The station is quite well known for being located near the Chiswick Gardens, which are a popular green space for the locals. Followed by that is Barnes Bridge, a station well known for its Grade 2 listed railway bridge, which crosses the Thames and was the inspiration for the station name. I connected to the Wi-Fi and was planning on doing a speed test, but it must have been so terrible that for some reason the speed testing app couldn't even start. We arrive into Putney Station, where the line quadruples, as some trains will head to Feltham via Richmond instead of the Hounslow Loop. It's becoming more obvious that we're getting closer to London, with more high-rise buildings making an appearance as we make our way into Wandsworth Town Station. Since we're calling at all stations to Waterloo, we won't be able to reach our max speed. The closest I got was here at around 53 miles per hour. One feature I love about these trains are the information screens, which show the destination, coiling points, and how busy each carriage is. We now arrive at Clapham Junction. This station is well known for being the busiest station in Europe, with it receiving up to 180 trains per hour. It acts as an interchange between the South West Main Line and the Brighton Main Line, with connections to the Overground as well. After that is Queenstown Road, which as you can see has an open-facing platform to the main line, which I think would be perfect for train spotting if you ask me. Let's check out the toilets, which appear to be in a good shape, but let's see if it's in good maintenance. The tap and soap dispenser is working, however I couldn't get the dryer to work even after fitting my hand directly under the sensor, which is not good. We arrive into our penultimate stop, Vauxhall. This station acts as an interchange with the Victoria Line and several bus services that use the bus station below. We will shortly be arriving into Waterloo, so I think now is a good time to give my verdict on these trains. Were these trains worth the wait? Yes, they definitely are. If you look past the comfy seats and the advanced information screens, you'll see that they've helped deal with the capacity better than the other units South Western Railway has currently. Was their introduction perfect? No. But they managed to get them into service and help deal with capacity issues and the lack of rolling stock. However, it's important to note that the story of the 701s is still going on, as more 10-car 701s enter service, but also the introduction of 5-car units is yet to happen, which will further help with overcrowding and peak time services. Anyways, if you liked today's video, then be sure to subscribe for more content just like this. Also, be sure to drop me a follow on my Instagram and join my Discord to get the latest updates on my videos. You can find links to those in the description down below. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye!